Welcome to another episode of Sorry for My Language.
Enough is enough. It's showtime.
It's showtime, baby. Drop it. Ooh, gets a little intense sometimes on these episodes. This is Sorry for My Language, episode 26. Yeah, and you know what? I was about to talk about something that wasn't me. I was about to get on some, I don't know, talk about what's going on in politics or some shit. And sorry for my language. But politics ain't really my bag, right? However, it is quite obvious how things are happening with, people being affected by what's going on in politics, but that's really not what I'm here for. I'm here to politic. So really quickly, I'm going to talk to you all about, today I'm sorry for my language, I'm going to talk to you all about success. You already know I'm going to need my water for this one. So I'm Grindstone. In 1998, I had an idea. And really, in 1997, I had an idea. I saw a lane for myself, and that lane was one where I'm not sure if I told this story before on Sorry for My Language, but the lane was one where I knew I needed to be independent. Now, growing up, I'm a person who, above several other things, was afraid of disappointing my mother. And not just disappointing my mother, but afraid of angering my mother because she would get to setting it off. Setting it off. you know, all that stuff you hear about in the black household, how the mom does what the mom does if you ain't in line. All that shit was on the table, right? So if it came to like fighting at school, getting suspended, anything like that, I would be in line because I did not want to have to face that at the crib. And, call it what you want to, but it worked. I had a beautiful childhood. Um, man, I really enjoyed junior high school, not so much, but I really enjoyed junior high school was cool though. It was intriguing. A lot of shit was going on. Started learning a lot of stuff that wasn't in books. You know what I'm saying? But high school was cool for me. High school was beautiful actually. College was beautiful. Loved it, kicked it, all that shit. But then when it came to life, um, it was very short after college graduation. I graduated from Hampton University when I was 20. And I'm just gonna walk you around. I'm gonna walk you through my life right quick, There's no real theme music for this. But I realized at age 20 that I realized a few things. Number one, nobody's gonna save you. And number two, what the hell's going on? And number two, phones off, phones off. And number two, I realized that you have to have independence. That means that you make money when you're ready to make money. You exercise, rest, love, do whatever is on your hierarchy of things to do, create. You do those things when the time is right for you to do those things. You can be on somebody's program. That's totally cool. But you need to be a leader in order to survive a lot of the rough waves that life unexpectedly throws at you. And this is not just financial. This is something that really comes from a place of understanding that your integrity is really all you have. That's really what you have to stick to. It's your constitution in life. And if your constitution is kind of shabby, then you're not going to have the ability to move laterally or forward when when decisions are made about you and where you fit. So somebody might be like, yeah, we're going to do it like this today. Well, I mean, if you signed up for what they do, you also have to do it like that today. And doing it like that, whatever that is, it might interfere with what you thought was an ideal job, what you thought was an ideal anything. Now, mind you, you only have one life to live, right? You only have one single life to get this thing right. And so in this life, your constitution of your own, it might grow. You might have some amendments, okay? But the minute that you start doing things and you do them strictly for the money or you do it strictly for the approval of others, um, you might want to consider the sustainability of the movement that of the undertaking that you're on at that point. And I realized very early that I want to have the freedom to make such decisions as such decisions pop up. The freedom means everything to me. Uh, I don't know. People have called me free spirited, rebellious. Some people even called me square. Some people have called me mean. Some people have called me nice. But you see, as I bounce around to these different things, um, people call you all types of shit, and it depends on where their perspective of you is. That shit doesn't define who you are. Some people, like E40 says, some people hate me, some people love me, some people shake my paw, some people mug me, or some shit like that. He probably did. He said, wait, some people hate me, some people mug me, some people shake my paw, some people love me. And the fact is, regardless of whatever the fuck it is, you have to be who you are to yourself. It's an agreement that you have between you and your maker. Because if your maker did not assume the position for you to be in, then you will not be removed from the position that you're supposed to be in. A person who is of a whole nother ilk cannot mess with your fabric. And I think that that's the main understanding of independent people. You understand that I am on this mission and it's not yours to fuck it up. You can't do anything to me right now because I'm going to do these things and I've been chosen to do this. Everybody, I believe, has been chosen to do something. Now, whether you're willing to submit to that and be a 100% student of that and learn that, that's up to you on this one go round. But time is not something that's going to shorten itself and abbreviate itself for you to get it right. It's your turn. And I realized, um, yeah, really when I was 20 years old, that everybody who walks around in the world with money in their pocket, I can I can I can make a transaction with them. And that mentality was bound to solve my money problems. Now, how I was going to make that consistent, that was a whole lot of learning and understanding and planning, but I understood that there's always a chance. And here I am years after college graduation, and I understand that there is only one way that you can make it, only one way that you can be successful, and that is to be true to yourself, true to your true self, because that's where success is defined. See, there are a lot of unsuccessful rich people. Do you understand what I mean? You can be unsuccessful and have a lot of money, but you got that far and you know that you don't have your self respect anymore. But only you know that. Maybe a couple other people kind of get it, but you know that. That's rich and unsuccessful. And then if you have a lot of money and money is all you have and you're satisfied with that, you are also unsuccessful because that's all you have is money in this life. Now, at the point of capturing the flag and getting the bread, you probably don't realize that that's a fail. But if you look at so called success at face value, and then you look at the people who you considered successful over a period of time and see how that success treated them or how they treated that success, you'll notice changes in the ones who matured and became and who were really successful in life. Okay. And you could be successful in life and in the bank. You could be successful in all areas, but that is to be studied. And one of the keys to one of the keys and landmarks of my success is me not compromising who I am and me not compromising the idea that I need to build on who I am, not being stuck and molded to who I used to be. And this is a recurring theme, but this is just how growth works. And I'm here with you right now to help us grow. I feel that there are several beautiful things to see in life. There's several joys, several innocent joys. It's not so deep. Um, Several things that are beneath the surface that are beautiful as well. But I really think that the accomplishments that are to be admired are the ones that you have been anointed with through some type of divine downloaded information. And then you took that in a direction where no other person could tell you about where to go, about how to go, and you still got it lit. You did everything that you had to do, and now you made that direction a direction. And so with Grindstone Universal, I started this brand and I started in 1997 with a business partner. It was incorporated in 1998, and it became a thing. Right now, I'm wearing a jacket by Grindstone Universal. Super fresh. This is called the Wolf. It's on the website. I mean, when I do it for real. I'm a fashion designer, and fashion to me is it should be as unique as your fingerprint. You know, I'm not one to copy. I'm not one to trend follow. I don't do any of that. And sometimes I get left out of the main big picture for that reason. And at that same time, I'm like, the wrong person's taking the big picture, you know? But I feel that with my clothing brand, Grindstone Universal, I've created an umbrella that actually on the very first day that I had the thought about Grindstone Universal, I am living in the reality of that thought. I saw several things being branched out from what this logo, what this brand would create, where my creativity could take me. I've gone all over the world on the strength of Grindstone Universal. I facilitated the growth of several people who have also helped facilitate the growth of several people through this brand, through this idea, through this uncompromising, willed thought, philosophy. It was a hypothesis, now it's law. Um, it's everything that I say, but I do. So Grindstone Universal, the clothing, it is the do of all the talk, all the fanfare, all the things. That is the actual materialization of all the words that I might be spitting, talking, rapping, all that shit, all that fancy shit. It's in the fabrics. It's in the put together. That's Grindstone Universal. And it has lasted for 20 plus years in a very critical environment. And somehow I've thrived. I've seen the clickiness of the fashion industry where they'll sacrifice quality for clickiness. And I'm sure that clickiness is, is kind of like a pump and dump where it gives them a lot of money at one time, but then they offload it when it becomes worthless. We've all seen several brands do that. I've been in those rooms, I've been in those conversations, I've been asked to compromise my brand to get down with certain cliques in the fashion world. Um, you know, once you're in one industry, you kind of see how all the industries operate because everybody at the top of certain industries they share a space at the top of several industries. And once you do that, you dissociate the integrity from your brand. Now, if it's just like build a brand, sell it, build a brand, sell it, build a brand, sell it, maybe that's your brand. But there has to be something in your life that you do adhere to. And it's dope when it could be material, and it's dope when you can pass it around, show people, when people can partake and they know it's something real. There's so much, and not just now, but from the beginning of time. Well, who knows what happened at the beginning of time? But as far as I know, there's always been people faking, pretending, counterfeiting like they are the new idea. They are the movement. And a lot of them become the movement and they mislead people because the movement was fake and it was backed by fake people. I've never been with that. Part of my stitching and putting together, part of my cloth, part of my fabric is making sure that authenticity rises to the top and that whatever I put my hands on, I'm just one to grab it from the unseen and bring it to the scene. That's what I do. And I continue to progress. Grindstone Universal continues to progress. People say you have to live the brand, you have to become the brand. Before I had a brand, I never understood that. I never even wanted a brand. This just happened and I worked it once I was told by God to keep working it. That's what this has been this whole time. And a lot of the times to make it work, I've played dumb. When I say I played dumb, I've done things way simpler my than my ceiling, but not compromising my skill set. But instead of being the 5-star chef, I made quality baby food just so I could serve it in the shallow end, just so I could serve it in the shallow end. But then I'll drag you deep. I take you to the Michelin. I take you to the Michelin star restaurant, right? But I'm gonna start you off with baby food. I've done that. I don't feel like I've sacrificed anything in my integrity because nothing that I've done has been something that I wouldn't do again. But I'm saying that to say that from where Grindstone Universal exists right now, and I encourage you to go to the website and peep everything that I have at Grindstone Universal. And what's on there now, that still isn't everything. I always work on the website. But go on there, check it out. Understand that if you get your hands on a piece, you got your hands on a piece of art. You got your hands on something that was cared about. Every piece that you receive from Grindstone Universal was cared about. None of that is fast fashion. None of that is just a trend wave. I just felt that if nobody else has told you that, I have to tell you that. And I say it with the utmost gratitude and the utmost thanks that this logo means so much. A lot of people grew up on that. My son grew up on that. My son got put through school through that. You know, I got put through life school through that. And I showed up in the tough city not knowing what I was going to do. Right? How about it? I did not go to school for this. Self educate is powerful. Go with your passion is powerful. Do all the things that you think you should do, that you really think you should do, and do them 100%. Don't quit. Because when you quit, it'll be like a broken circuit. The light won't come on. Go all the way. because then at the end of that road, you at least know if that was the right road and you won't have to do that again. Make sure that you honor this one lifetime that you get here in this life form, in this lifespan, and do absolutely everything that you're able to do without regret. It is the one gift that we have, and it's the one opportunity that you have. And Grindstone Universal is here to supply you with the inspiration, and I'll be the experiment. I'm the experiment to show you that I'm really doing it and that the shit really works. Believing in yourself works. I wish you could see this better, but I wear that on my chest every day, and it's beautiful, and I feel good about it. I'm not recession proof, but almost. And everybody who wears Grindstone Universal, you're not sucker proof, but almost. So for me, to all of you, I want to start by saying thank you. I appreciate all the participation over the years, and I want you to make sure that you stay tuned and get real close to the movement, because I'm always doing something that you'll be proud of, or always doing something that's holding the standard. We're not doing mediocrity around here, okay? At all, on any level. And that's rare from what I've seen, from what I see. Okay, the people who do keep the standard, the certain brands, just keep it fashion, the certain brands that do keep their standard up to par, I salute to you. And maybe one or two of you might be my North Star, where I'm looking at and I'm like, yeah, they kept it real. They didn't chase the trends. They didn't do the bullshit. Because in this one go, that's not what I'm here for. So I wish everybody the best. Live with integrity, and it will lead to the bag. But don't go for the bag if there's no integrity in that bag. You'll feel me. Go to grindstoneuniversal.com. I'm Grindstone. Live your brand. It'll take you far. Peace.